let's look at some problem solving in arithmetic series. So this question, the first question involves more than one series. The second question is limited to a single arithmetic series. And the third question जो है थोड़ा सा पेचीदा है, combination है, but सबसे ज्यादा interesting भी है. So let's quickly move ahead.
तो चलो अब पहले प्रॉब्लम को देखते हैं. तो पहले प्रॉब्लम में क्या बोल रहा है देयर आर टू अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशंस लाइक दिस एंड दिस which have the same common difference. मतलब d1 is equal to d2. और क्या बोल रहा है कि the difference between 99th term of this series and this series is equal to 45. And then he's asking the question कि what will be the difference between the 500th term of this series and this series. तो इसको हम पहले थोड़ा जेनरिक देखते हैं. Instead of looking at the 99th term or the 500th term, let's look at what is the difference between the nth term of series 1 and series 2. Right. So the difference between the nth term of series 1, let's call it ns1, and the nth term of series 2 is equal to, from the top we'll see, a1 plus n minus 1 multiplied by d minus a2 plus n minus 1 multiplied by d2. यहाँ पे d नहीं d1, sorry, d1. Okay. So after rearranging, which is becomes a1 minus a2 plus n minus 1 multiplied by d1 minus d2. यहाँ पे बोल रहा है d1 and d2 are same. d1 equal to d2. Then this expression becomes a1 minus a2 plus n minus 1 multiplied by 0, which is equal to a1 minus a2, which is a constant and does not have n at all in its expression, which essentially means the difference between any term of these two series, say the difference between the third term of this series and this series, the difference between the second term of this series and this series, the difference between the 99th term of this series and this series are all same. So the difference between the 500th term of this series and this series is also equal to 45. ठीक है ना? चलो, let's move forward and look into the next problem. तो दूसरा सवाल है, how many multiples of 4 lie between 10 and 250? So this will be an arithmetic series for sure. So what we need to find out first is what is the first term and what is the last term of that arithmetic series, which is between 10 and 250, multiple of 4. तो कैसे करेंगे, first term को कैसे निकालेंगे? तो we will divide 10 by 4. We get 2.5. Now we need the whole number, which is the smallest whole number greater than 2.5, which is 3. 3 is the smallest whole number, which is greater than 2.5. So 3 से हम 4 को multiply करेंगे, and then we'll get 12. So 12 is the first term of that said arithmetic series. Last term similarly निकालना पड़ेगा. So we divide 250 by 4. We get 62.5. And now we need the smallest whole number, which is a multiple of 4 and less than 250. Sorry, we need the largest whole number, which is the multiple of 4 and less than 250. So 250 से कम होना पड़ेगा and multiple of 4 होना पड़ेगा. वैसे सबसे बड़ा whole number कौन सा है? Which is 62 multiplied by 4, which is equal to 248. Right? So I've got my arithmetic series now, 12, 16, etc., up to 248. What we need to find out is what are the total number of terms of that arithmetic series. So what is our typical n? So we know the nth term an equal to a1 plus n minus 1 multiplied by common difference, right? So we know all the values of a1, a2 and common difference. So putting that, we get 248 equals to 12 plus n minus 1 into 4. तो इसको हम थोड़ा रीअरेंज कर लेंगे. आई एम नॉट गेटिंग इनटू द इन बिटवीन स्टेप्स. रीअरेंज करने के बाद इजीली वी कैन फाइंड आउट n इक्वल टू 59 plus 1 equals to 60. So the number of terms that are number of multiples of 4 that are lying between 10 and 250 are 60, and they form an arithmetic series like 12, 16, 20, etc., up to 248, and the total count of such numbers is equal to 60. Okay, तो अभी आगे बढ़ते हैं for the next one. चलो अभी monkey और slippery pole का problem पे आते हैं. So in this kind of a problem, the scenario would be that the monkey will move up a pole, slippery pole a bit. The pole is slippery, so it will again slip down a bit. And then again from there he'll move up a bit and again slip down a bit. So eventually he will actually move up, but while moving up he'll keep on slipping. तो यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं कि he climbs 2 feet in 1 minute and the next minute he slips 1 feet. So clearly this is a bidirectional motion. It is having motion in this direction and motion in the reverse direction also. But the rate of motion in one direction is higher than the rate of motion in the other direction. So hence the eventual direction is the direction in which the rate of motion is higher. So finally the monkey will manage to climb up, but of course while climbing up he will pull down a bit as well. So how do you approach to solve this kind of a problem? And this is not just the monkey and the pole. This can be any question where you have bidirectional motion. 4 कदम आगे 2 कदम पीछे, 4 कदम आगे 2 कदम पीछे, तो eventually कितने कदम, ऐसे टाइप का question. So the best way to look at it is to focus on this graph. If you just focus on this graph will actually give the summary of the movement. Numbers कुछ भी हो सकता है. यहाँ पे we have 7, 2 and 1. It can be any number, but the general shape of the graph will be like this. It will be like this. तो ये arithmetic series तो नहीं है, because what happens in arithmetic series is it finally becomes a linear equation, and a linear equation has got only one direction, either up or down. So here we have bidirectional motion. You have up and down as well. It could be left and right as well. However, there is motion in one particular direction because the rate of motion in one direction is higher than the rate of motion in the other direction. So essentially whatever happens to the position of the monkey can be found out from this kind of a graph. So the question is, how much will he climb in 7 feet? So of course you can see from the graph that 7 feet climb करने में उसको 11 मिनट लगेगा, right? But at the same time, जो सोचना ये है कि it's not necessary that it's always going up. Meaning, there are continuous peaks and troughs being made. So at the same distance, the monkey can be in various points in time. Say for example, 4 फीट ऊपर वो कब रहेगा, 4 फीट ऊपर वो 5 सेकंड में रहेगा, 4 फीट ऊपर वो 6.5 सेकंड्स में रहेगा, एंड 4 फीट ऊपर वो 8 सेकंड में भी रहेगा. सो those can be the tricks. ओके, अभी के लिए इतना ही. जाते जाते एक क्विक फूड फॉर थॉट. तो ऐसा भी तो सिचुएशन हो सकता है कि ये मंकी भाई साहब ऊपर जाए थोड़ा सा, जाके तुरंत ना गिरे, थोड़ी देर वहां पे रेस्ट ले, फिर थोड़ा सा नीचे गिरे और वहां पे भी लेट्स से ही रेस्ट्स अ बिट एंड देन अगेन मूव्स अप. तो भी हो सकता है. हाँ, अभी क्या हो रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है, तुरंत नीचे आ रहा है, फिर से तुरंत ऊपर जा रहा है. इंस्टेड ऑफ दैट, इफ इट dwells on the top and also if it dwells on the bottom, then how will this graph look like? It will obviously not look exactly like this. It will look slightly different. तो थोड़ा सोचिए, how will it look like? This is just a food for thought. We'll meet very soon with another video. Till then, take care. Thank you.